We begin at 5 with major developments and a Target 12 investigators exclusive school scandal.
Aaron Thomas, the former North Kingstown basketball coach who conducted so-called naked fat tests on scores of students over decades, has been criminally charged. The Attorney General's office accused Thomas of sexual assault and child molestation.
The criminal probe into Thomas was launched after a Target 12 investigation back in October, which revealed dozens of students accused Thomas of getting them to strip naked behind closed doors.
Target 12 investigator Tim White joins us now with the new developments.
State prosecutors today charged Aaron Thomas with second-degree child molestation and second-degree sexual assault. Thomas is accused of having inappropriate contact with two separate then North Kingstown high school students between 2000 and 2002, as well as between 2019 and 2022. Aaron Thomas, seen here in Target 12 video, is now a criminal defendant, charged with 2 counts, including child molestation. Attorney General Peter Norona's office interviewed more than 30 former students as part of their 8-month probe.
For them to sit down and talk about that is very difficult, regardless of whether they're young still or they are older but are looking back on an event.
Norona declined to discuss specifics about the allegations against Thomas, but says the case spurred him to meet with school leaders statewide to ensure what happened in North Kingstown doesn't happen again.
When something lands on their radar screen that is of concern to them, the need and to encourage them to reach out to our office for guidance.
An attorney for Aaron Thomas tells Target 12 Thomas adamantly denies criminal wrongdoing, saying in part the sole purpose of the testing program was to better the athletic performance of North Kingstown High School's student athletes. Despite dozens of people coming forward leveling accusations against Thomas, some of whom sat down with Target 12 in an exclusive report last month, Thomas was charged with just 2 counts, a big hurdle for prosecutors. Second-degree sexual assault comes with just a 3-year statute of limitations.
There was no stone unturned. We interviewed anyone and everyone who was available to us, student athletes, students, as well as administrators. I'm confident that the investigation was done thoroughly. It's why we took the time that we did, and now we have a case to prove.
Thomas will be arraigned on August 19th. His attorney says his client looks forward to his day in court. Coming up, new at 6, we asked the former high school students who sat down with us if they wanted to see this day happen. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, 12 News.
Major new developments in the Target 12 investigation school scandal. Former North Kingstown basketball coach Aaron Thomas is now a criminal defendant.
The Attorney General's office charged him today with sexual assault and child molestation. The AG launched his criminal probe after a Target 12 investigation in October.
Tonight, what some of those former students who sat down with us last month have said about the potential of criminal charges against their former coach. Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with the details.
If convicted of the most serious charge he faces, Aaron Thomas would be sentenced to a mandatory 6 years in prison with a potential maximum of 30 years. This is Target 12 video of Aaron Thomas, now charged with second-degree sexual assault and second-degree child molestation. Thomas is accused of inappropriate contact with a student 20 years ago and another student within the last 3 years. Raise your hand if you think Aaron Thomas should be charged criminally. Every single one of you. Last month, Target 12 sat down with 5 former North Kingstown students who say they were subjected to naked fat tests alone with the coach in his office. But B, you think he broke the law?
I do. And right, I think laws should be, especially with situations like this, should be changed and worked on, you know, to make sure that there's no little things that you can get away with.
Second-degree sexual assault comes with just a 3-year statute of limitations, something Attorney General Peter Norona has sought to change, noting many victims take years to come forward.
Anyone who experienced an uncomfortable situation, and let's just leave it at that for the moment, for them to sit down and talk about that is very difficult. 2
independent reports found North Kingstown school officials failed to respond to allegations against Thomas for years. Norona says Thomas's stature as a winning coach may have played a factor.
I do think that sometimes an emphasis on athletics in a school setting can cause all of us, parents, public alike, to prioritize things in a way that may not be helpful.
An attorney for Thomas says his client adamantly denies criminal wrongdoing, saying in part the sole purpose of the testing program was to better the athletic performance of North Kingstown High School's student athletes. Thomas will be arraigned on August 19th at Washington County Superior Court in Wakefield. His attorney says Thomas looks forward to his day in court. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, 12 News.